What's going on, you guys? Yeah. This is like my beer and Kaspa night. Instead of putting beer and Kaspa in the title, I put do not click. And I put 7 reasons to FUD Kaspa. But we'll get into that. What's going on, everybody? So we've had some interesting times the last, I don't know, 24 hours or so. I have been taking tons of profits with a lot of things that have been pumping like crazy. Like just recently, Mog was just shooting. Mog is like going insane, right? Oh my God. But like up 60%. But a lot of things are green. Look at that. Look at that right there. That's Mog. Let me bring that bubble up a little bit more. I think you can't see the bottom part of my screen. Yeah, right? Yeah, Kaspa's going to get listed on Binance. Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons to FUD Kaspa. I was like, oh, let me make a list. What's going on, Sahib? Yeah, well, a lot of interesting stuff. The first reason to FUD Kaspa, number 1, you called it, because they're not getting listed on Binance. God damn it. Their marketing team is horrible. What are we gonna do? They don't know how to push themselves onto exchanges. Oh no. I hear people whining. Their marketing team sucks. What's going on, Chris? Yeah. That's the number 1 reason to FUD Kaspa. Because they absolutely suck. Right? The marketing team of all things. As I've said, that it does not make any sense at all to list Kaspa on Coinbase and Binance and Crypto.com at all. It makes sense for the market makers to keep Kaspa cheap for a while, for as long as they can, and then put it on and then list it when they think they're coming close to the top of the cycle, which is probably not for a very, very long time from now. More than 12 months out. And I keep saying 2027. But that's the number 1 reason to FUD Kaspa. Because they're not getting listed on Binance. Anyways, guys, we got a green day. I'm loving it. I've been taking tons of look at my AI 16Z right there. I've been taking profits on a ton of tokens today. Just sending out those sell alerts. Just swing trading, keeping track. In my glorious swing trading software that's only available to my community that no other crypto group has. Yeah. What's going on, Mr. Crip? Kaspa's going to 0. That is true. That's the number 2. The number 2 reason to FUD Kaspa. Because Kaspa's a stable coin. I mean, yeah, Kaspa's a stable coin. Kaspa's a stable coin. Like, why the hell you want to buy What? Don't be holding your Kaspa now, let alone buy it. You still holding it? Sell that. Sell it. So I can buy some more cheap Kaspa. Right? So my group can buy some more cheap Kaspa. Keep those prices low. Keep those prices low. Keep that FUD up and sell your Kaspa now. Sell it. I'm serious. You need to keep those prices low for me. And I got like over 100 people in my group that want those cheap prices too. So what's going on? What's going on? Now we still got fear. Let me refresh this because I would assume it's still fair. Still at 33. But we got some we got a green day. I've been taking profits. Like I've just been going through all this. Yeah, I'll go through those coins that I've been taking profits on in a moment. So I keep on, selling high, buying back in low, selling high, buying back in low, swing trading. Using that swing trading software. Now, it was another funny thing. I posted a poll. Let me refresh this again because I prepared this live stream like a few hours ago, but let's see. What's good? I got my husky over here. He's going to start howling. I got to do a live stream with these huskies, just for these huskies. There's this one, the male husky. He has this howl, this like like a zombie husky, like out of Game of Thrones. Like he should have been in Game of Thrones. His name is Loki, actually. Like Thor's enemy. Loki, howl. Ooh, do it, do it, do it. Ooh, do it. Come on. Hey, you want to show? You want to see this husky? Oh, now I got both of them coming over here. There we go. You heard it? You heard it? You heard it? My daughter's not here right now. These are really her huskies, but yeah, they're over here right now. All right, calm down, calm down. I gotta do a live stream. How? Ooh. There you go. There you go. You want to go out? Is why you're getting up? All right, I'm gonna break. What's going on? I'm gonna be right back. Give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna step away. I don't know if this. Come on, let's go. All right. There we go. They got a really nice doghouse. It was a shed, and I converted it to a doghouse. So it's an actual shed, this huge doghouse. And they got a little doggy door that flaps open. They can go under and get inside of it. Yeah, but they love it. They love the cold. It was like flurrying today already, like snowing. November 1st, it starts snowing in here in like, no, late October, right? Up here in the mountains. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. So back to the live stream. So they're outside enjoying the cold. How many? 51 votes. Look at that. Wow. Got a lot of people responding. Do you think that Jerome Powell should be slapped? And we got 90%. He was at like 84. Said yes when I checked this earlier. Now it's at 90%. Do you think that... Yeah, Chewbacca dog. Yeah, ooh. I was like, Jesus, I should have been like, you know, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones or, you know, the zombies, the walkers, and they had like horses that were zombies as well. I was like, damn, but they could have had a husky in that show and they put him in there. It was like, sounds like a total zombie. Ooh. Oh man. But yeah, do you think that Jerome Powell should be slapped? Yeah, because Jerome Powell really did a number on us, right? So if you're not keeping up with it, yeah, the reason why we had some red, and probably it's probably not going to be a good November, but we'll see. We got some ETFs coming, even though the government shutdown is not ended. But yeah, he said that the December rate cut is not assured, which takes away the certainty that the market had that a rate cut was supposed to happen in December. So we were all certain it was going to happen. Then he removed the certainty and gave us what we don't like, which is uncertainty. And I said, do you think it should be slapped? Now, I have a special button here on my Stream Deck. It's a bitch slap button. So I was saying, okay, if more than 90% of the people say yes, I'm going to play this bitch slap button. I'm going to push this bitch slap button. But some of these guys have seen it. Yeah, Con Air. That's what we got to do with the Jerome Powell. Well, yeah, 90%. Yeah, that's cool. What else we got going on? Me in January. The crypto bull run is going to be big in 2025. Me in October.
What the fuck is going on here?
Exactly. Yeah. When all your dollars is in crypto, but you can't touch it because it's the start of the bull market. Yeah.
And spend it.
Oh, hey, what's going on, Christina? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, great content yourself. Yeah, I watch you sometimes too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got some cool people joining now. Huh? I mean, this is I don't like the experience of Instagram on desktop.
Cash on hand, and yet I can't spend it. I can't tell my family about it. All of whom think that I am right on the edge of bankruptcy. I mean, it's insane. I have so
yeah, right? What else we got going on over here? Yeah, okay, this was interesting. So I looked into this, I found this out. So the Fed injected $29.4 billion into banks overnight. So that's interesting. Yeah, you got the comments over here. When banks suddenly need this kind of help from the Fed, it usually means dollar liquidity is driving up, not panic, but pressure. It says, okay, you need to wake up, folks. The Fed just quietly injected 24.4 billion into banks. The biggest liquidity move in years, and almost nobody's talking about it. This isn't normal operations. This is the first signal of QE coming back. Yeah, true. Well, no, true and untrue. Yeah, it's not necessarily QE, because my understanding of this injection of liquidity into banks is that it sort of like goes on and then off the balance sheet, the Fed's balance sheet right away. But it is a good sign. So this is I just plugged it into Google. This is a Gemini answer right here. So the injection of the 29.4 billion into the banking system overnight through repurchase agreements, repos, to ease tightening funding conditions. So yeah, I mean, it's it marks the largest liquidity injection of its kind since the early days of COVID-19, the COVID-19 pandemic, and signals potential liquidity stress in the financial system, confirmed by the data from the Federal Reserve System. Yeah, so it's interesting. It doesn't necessarily mean this is QE. If you go through all the details of everything, but I mean, it's good for us, you know, because we know that things are going to be easing up. I mean, that's the term, easing, right? And quantitative tightening is ending. So in the long run, it's going to be pretty good. So, you know, I have long since been saying that this is going to be the biggest bull run ever, and it's also going to be the longest bull run ever. And I think we're just getting started right now. Although with some sort of a delay because of the government shutdown and a delay from the ETFs, right? Hitting the market. So, but we're getting some of them. So we need that inflow of cash into this crypto system, right? Okay, yeah. Here we go. This is Scott Bessent. So Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says 17 years after the white paper, the Bitcoin network is still operational and more resilient than ever. Bitcoin never shuts down. It says, okay, Senate Dems could learn something from that. Like, whoa, like here, this is exactly. Yeah, that was the story behind that. I was looking into that whole thing about why the Trump admin is so you know, strong when it comes to crypto. So backing crypto from that degree, because back when all this cancel culture was starting and so on, for those of you who don't know, there was some situation where, you know, obviously people getting canceled like crazy back then, right? Obviously, Trump was canceled from Twitter and removed from Facebook and all this other craziness. But the banks were canceling people as well. Like just people who had small businesses and they were selling, let's say, Trump T-shirts. They were getting their bank accounts closed and so on. Something like that happened to Trump, and the bank accounts closed. The banks closed his accounts for the drop for his like golf courses or something like that, like multiple golf courses across the country. And it was crazy. And one of his sons was talking about this, on stage, being questioned about this one time. I don't know which one, maybe it was Donnie Jr. or whatever, but the answer is Bitcoin. You can't do that. If you're dealing with crypto, like a bank just can't come and shut you down. So now it's like everybody, all these big time, exchanges and billionaires and, everybody who's really, really a big shot in crypto got behind Trump, created like a super PAC just to get him in. So now it's like fuck around and find out, right? So now they learn. So good times are coming. Bank of America was canceling a bunch of people. Yeah, I know. It was crazy. It was like all over the place. Oh, Mikey B says he got canceled from Bank of America and Wells Fargo. Holy crap, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like weird, it's just like, growing up, I never thought something like that would happen. It's just insane. Like canceling you just for stupid shit, Imagine like you have an online store selling Trump T-shirts and you get your bank account canceled. And yeah, I remember that. It was just nuts, right? And then somebody like Trump, who was actually the president, and he starts getting removed from social media platforms. His bank accounts start getting closed. It's like all off the charts, man. It's just like if it goes to that level, like who knows what could happen. And then it's like they say, and you can't do that in crypto. You can't do that. You can't just shut down Bitcoin. So, and now the banks are whining because they're going to be losing control. So, yeah, fuck around and find out, right? This is another article I pulled up. I find it rather interesting. Romanian regulator blacklists Polymarket, gambling that must be licensed. I mean, that's kind of strange to actually blacklist Polymarket, but I don't know about a Polymarket in general. Polymarket is just like the masses of people who just happen to think in one way and they're voting on a certain outcome. So usually I don't take those predictions too seriously, but I think it's kind of strange that Romania would actually do that. I know Romania firsthand for the stuff, the craziness that Andrew Tate was going through in Romania, and it turned out to be everything he was accused of. He was just like totally innocent of everything. It's like, but yeah, governments everywhere. Governments, no matter where you are, they're gonna ever so slowly start creeping up and gaining more power and just silencing people who disagree. So you need to decentralize everything decentralized. I remember Elon Musk was saying he was going to come up with a system to like have like some sort of a decentralization of news and media or something like that. I forgot what the concept was a while ago, but yeah, just decentralize everything, right? There's this other concept of what is it called? The IFTP, so interplanetary file system, right? So it's a replacement for HTTP. If you got, for any of you geeks out there, like you go into your browser, you type HTTP. So basically, the concept behind the IP interplanetary files. So it's whatever the acronym is. So it's the interplanetary file system. So it'll be like websites and everything is like decentralized. So it's like if you have a particular website that's running on the interplanetary file system rather than the HTTP, it'll be like accessible anyway because it's sort of like peer-to-peer communications rather than going out to a server. So essentially, like if you're on Mars, so you're living on Mars and you type in a website address, right? You have to actually wait at the speed of light to travel back to the server that's located on Earth, and it would take minutes before the website would even load, right? But if somebody in your, I don't know, next habitat over has already accessed that website, then you're actually accessing through the connection that they had access. So everything is like light and fast. So if I'm accessing a website, a web page or something like that my neighborhood access, it's like boom, it's almost like instant, right? Rather than you have to wait, goes out and finds a server and the other side of the country and goes back to you. So yeah, decentralization all around. It's not just, so it's just like, it's like the internet, but function in the same way that like a torrent file functions. So you'll be getting chunks of data, but of everything, not just like a torrent, like a video that you're downloading. Yeah, fuck around and find out. Perfect way to describe it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have me some water. There's no beer in Kaspa. I have me like a water in Kaspa. Give me a water in Kaspa video. Just drinking some water. Let me see. What else we got going on over here? Yeah, crypto leverage trading platform, a major problem, says FTX, former FTX president. Yeah, I was looking through this article. It is true, like a lot of people are really getting wrecked. They don't know what they're doing with futures tradings. But I think these perp decks, the whole narrative behind it, I think is still growing. That's why I don't think we're going to be I don't think we're done with the whole DEX narrative anytime soon. I still think that I did my 550x with MYX. I still think they're probably going to do at least a double or triple of the all-time high or something. But I mean, we'll see. There's a bunch of DEXs, a bunch of DEX tokens that I think are going to fly. Me and my community, we're trading a bunch of them. They haven't flown yet. Obviously, we got MYX, we got Avantis as well. And we're make a ton of money on those, and hopefully a lot more money soon. What else we got going on over here? We got this. Does anybody use this? This is another reason to FUD Kaspa. Does anybody here use lfg.kaspa.com? Does anybody trade these? Let me know. Hit me with a Y. Just say yes. There's no yeses. This is actually a serious reason to FUD Kaspa, right? I joke around with all the other reasons, right? But I just feel so disenchanted or about this whole Kaspa L2 that it seems like it would end, right? Yeah, I just it's like a huge disappointment for me. So I don't know. We're gonna that is all jokes aside. Yeah, we need L1 smart contracts. Because my experience was it took me 15 minutes to transfer from from L1 to L2 from Casware over to MetaMask. And I was like, what's going on? And it's taking me 15 minutes every time I try to bridge over my Kaspa. And then I had other people saying either in my group or my live stream, yeah, right, that my group or my people telling me it's taking 45 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm like, and then the answer is okay, you can do it using Casper Bot, but it is it goes you get a round robin right back over to to the original problem that we're dealing with in the first place, where we're trading KRC20 tokens on Kaspa bot. And then, so now we have now we got smart contracts on these L2s, and we got to do on Kaspa bot all over again. We're supposed to make it simpler. So that is like a serious thing that I don't like. But if it's another reason to get you to sell your Kaspa, by all means, go do it. Keep those prices cheap. Well, yeah. What else we got? What else we got? Oh, guys, yeah, look at here. Oh, okay. Look at here. Oops. Oh, yeah, click that like button. Click that like button here.
Speaking of being friendly, did you know that the most friendliest thing that you can do today is to give that like button a pound? Seriously, I'm looking for some new friends, and if you want to be my friend, just hit that like button. I'm like the friendliest guy on the planet. Trust me. And by the way, if you don't like this video, give me a thumbs down so I can track you down and beat you senseless.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Richard says Casplex and KRC20 was not good for Kaspa. KRC20 was not good for Kaspa? I don't know. I think it generated a lot of hype. Maybe it brought a lot of people in. Got people interested. I mean, a lot of people was trading the KRC20 is like a lot, right? Last year. So, but you know, we just need we need things to get a little bit easier, not get more difficult. But yeah, here we go, guys. Look, I found me another super yacht. Looks like a concept, right? It doesn't look real. It looks like it's a concept super yacht, but oh my god, it looks like, oh my god. Oh my god. So for those of you who don't know, anybody joining my live stream don't know anything about me, or anything about these super yachts that I actually show. Look at that beauty. Look at that. Look at that. So my absolute goal is to get one of these things and be chilling on one of these things with all my members, right? And actually, because what I do is I've been adding some more here. Speaking of which, I was having some issues with Trash Coin. We did 100x on Trash Coin. Yeah, I'm not getting the show in here. But yeah, link in the description below, because I have an awesome community with awesome software that goes out and scans thousands and thousands of coins every single day. And we pull out winners like crazy. Obviously, I just said we did a 550x on MYX. A lot of recent ones aren't in here. We did, like 37x on Disco. We were trading that from a 70K market cap. We launched at about 100, went up a little bit, went down. We were trading it, went down to 70K, and it went up to like 3.7 million. Another one, like Jesus Christ, what was it? Like a 28x on Giggle Fun on BNB. Was a Sora just last week did a nice, I don't think I've had those open. Yeah, I did a nice 10x pump in an instant and a single hour candle, like non-stop. And we got software that help us swing trade. So click that link in the description below, and the absolute goal, my goal, is to get us in to one of these and be chilling on one of these, right? And just be trading crypto, right? Because whenever we get like a green week or a green month, like September was absolutely crazy in September. Oh my God, we need another month like that in September, right? Because in September, we got that 550x and MYX. We got that 10x in 10 days on Avantis. We did that, we got the pump on Disco, on Giggle Fun, on, where is it? Tutorial, we reached that 94x in Tutorial on BNB, right? So it's it was just off the charts in September, and we need another month like that again. And like my members get overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed, right? And I was like, I was like, I sent a message. I was like, I hear some of you guys are not getting in on some of these plays because we got so many of them, right? Because we're scanning every single goddamn coin, and that's my goal, to get every single coin that can and will pump at least to 100 million and get them crazy low. Got MYX at a 6 million market cap, pump to 3 billion, and so on. It just goes on and on and on. So you could be chilling right here. If you're getting overwhelmed, you can sit back and relax on your laptop in one of these one day. And you're complaining it's a full-time job, but if you're making that amount of money, like, why the hell not? Just be chilling, right? What else we got going on out here? Oh, this was kind of funny. For two reasons, actually, more than first, I was like, oh, what's this? Like a meme about Pepe. It starts getting funnier as it goes slower.
Go to the fucking gym. Go to the fucking gym.
What is this guy saying? Go to the fucking gym. Yeah,
Don't
man.
here. Go to the fucking gym. Go to the fucking gym.
I just thought, even before that guy appeared, I thought that was crazy funny. Oh my god, I gotta stop. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. Oh yeah, I did have up Sora. Yeah, this is what I call Sora. This is this, we just did an instant 10x on this. What, back here, and then it's like over here, like you see those stick figures, a stick figure with a branch prodding something on the ground. Like, come on, do something. And then we get shot through the head with a green candle. So click that link in that description below. This is Sora. Yeah. Kaspa to 50 cents by 2027. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? This is going to be the biggest bull run ever. And if the top of this cycle is in 2027, and we're gonna get like a total crypto market cap in the tens of trillions, do you really think Kaspa is only going to be 50 cents? This is what I'm talking about. I don't think Kaspa is going to go beyond 30 cents over the next few months. In this run up, that's probably going to happen. I think November is going to be like not. I don't think November is going to be much. It might, because I think on November 13th we're getting some ETFs, but I don't think things are going to pump in November. Maybe we're going to get that in December. Because the certainty was sucked out of the market. And now we have uncertainty about rate cuts. So then if we do get a rate cut in December, we're going to get some good pumps, right? And hopefully as we're going to get some help with the ETFs and going to have the government open up again. But even so, I don't think Kaspa is going to go beyond 30 cents. I mean, even if I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't even reach its all-time high over this run-up that's about to happen. But then I think we don't have enough liquidity. There hasn't been enough time for things to continuously run like it did last cycle, right? It's sort of like the bull market started in October of 2020 and just continue on for like the entire year. Like 13 months later, it was like we hit the top. I don't think that's going to happen again starting like right now, and then right now until 2027. It sounds kind of crazy. And the reason why is because things haven't happened yet that had happened in 2020, right? So we're just about to end QT like right now. We ended QT in the last cycle in September of 2019. So we had the insane burst of liquidity in the markets, the quantitative easing, and the sudden drop to 0% interest rates in October of 2020. And then 6 months later, 6 months after, so in April of 2020, COVID, right? 6 months after that happened, and you know what we started to the bull started to run in October of 2020. So it was a 6-month time period from that huge burst of liquidity, and yeah, it took another 13 months to reach the top. But I think like right now it's going to be relatively mild. We're getting a good run up. Maybe it's going to be just as strong as the Trump pump as the run up for last year, last year. And then we might get a crypto winter again for maybe a quarter or two. And then we're going to see things pumping again next year. Just because QE hasn't started and so on. The rates need to keep on going down. Need to get below 3%. Things like that. We do have the ETFs, which we don't have. We didn't have last cycle. We do have liquidity pumping around the world from all central banks for the last year or so. That's going to help fuel us right now because it takes about a year to really affect the crypto market. So it's been good. That's been happening all this year. So we're going to see the effect of that soon. Obviously, the biggest one that matters is the United States Central Bank. But we do have something that we do have something that looks very, very hopeful, right? The outlook is good when it comes to stimmy checks again next year, because last year we had with that sudden burst of liquidity, we had those stimulus checks, and we're going to get them this time around again, and it seems to be related to tariff revenue. So it makes absolute sense that just strategically, it makes sense that Trump is going to send out stimulus checks because it's a midterm year. So it's going to be a midterm year, and he's going to want Republicans to stay in office. So we're going to have insane bursts of liquidity, and all that's going to happen next year. And what happens after that? 6 months to a year later, we get our cycle top, right? So we had an end of QT in 2019. We had insane bursts of liquidity, drop of interest, quantitative easing plus 0% interest rates plus stimulus checks in 2020. Then the cycle top was the next year. Now this time around in 2026, we're going to have, I don't know if we're going to go down to 0% interest rates, but it's going to go much lower once May comes around and Jerome Powell gets out and Trump gets his pick in. So we're going to have very low interest rates plus quantitative easing plus stimulus checks in 2026. What happens next? A year later, we're going to get our cycle top in 2027. And that's when we get probably our $1 million Bitcoin. And we probably might get our $20 Kaspa. So I seriously doubt that we're going to get, 50 cents. What did you delete the 50 cent Kaspa for 2027? Yeah, I seriously doubt it. I think that I don't think it's looking too good for Kaspa right now over the next few months, but I think that it's going to be looking good in 2027. He says he grudged so much he got involved in Kaspa. That's why you got to sell your bags and make it cheap for the rest of us, man. Oh, I could have pushed the wrong button. Yeah, what's going on, Saeed? The swing trade updates have been awesome. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've had so many people tell me that they've never seen somebody swing trade crypto the way I do. And somebody asked me in my group the other day, if I learned that from any particular source. I'm like, no, I came up with it on my own. For those of you guys who haven't, if any of you guys don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to swing trading, there's a video that I made just last week. You should probably check out. It's right here. So, what to do when your token decreases in price after your initial buy, right? So it's a 21-minute video. I'd recommend looking into it. I think I'm going to make a tutorial and go in more detail in my community and put it in my WAP course in WAP. But the basic thing is when what happens when you buy in and then you go underwater and you just like it's like my whole concept behind that is like you go down, you're like 50% down, 60% down. I say, look, you have now found yourself at your new bottom, right? You have reached your bottom and now you have to dig yourself way out of it, right? You can't just wait for, a year for you to break even again, right? Because you're going to see multiple pumps, multiple waves going up and down and up and down. Like, yes, it just increased 30%. Go a little bit more so I can break even. Go. But then it doesn't. It doesn't. Over and over and over again throughout that year. So what do? Right? You can't just sit there and wait. What you got to do is you got to start trading it and swing trading it. It goes up. You sell some of it, and then you buy back in. It goes up. You sell some of it, and you buy back in. If it goes up and you sell some of it and it keeps going up, you sell some more of it, 10%, right? And then it's going to go down because it usually does. It always does. And you buy back in. And what you're doing along the way is you're increasing the amount of tokens you have in your bag. So it has nothing to do with the dollar value, right? Your absolute goal is to increase the amount of tokens in your bag, right? And if you start out with 1,000 tokens, you want to increase it. You keep buying back in, right? And it compounds like crazy. If you're doing 10% over and over and over again, it compounds like crazy. Eventually you end up with double or triple your bag. That's what I did. That's what I did with tutorial on BNB, right? Over a 4-month time period, I was swing trading it. And I ended up doubling the amount of tokens I had. And when I did that 94x, it was more like I had a 200x because I kept on increasing the amount of tokens. So anyway, click this video if you want, just to check it out. And it was like, yeah, like I came up with this all on my own. I was like, it doesn't make sense. I'm just like, I bought in and now I'm underwater. What do? I'm just sitting there and waiting. And it gets psychologically like depressing, like really demoralizing. But then I was like, okay, it starts getting really, really fun when you look at it like that. Like, I don't care how much money it's worth. I want more tokens. And that's my ultimate goal, right? 30 cents is cool. I can sell some and buy back when it goes. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's the spirit.
Perfect.
Every one of those specialists were stumping for Kaspa heights by end of year. Now everyone is talking 2027. Shit's BS. Yeah, but is everybody talking about 2027? Is that true? Because as far as I know, I'm the only one. Name me another influencer who's been saying that the cycle top is in 2027. Now, I have been noticing that the institutions have been talking about 2027, right? We talk, people like, like Kathy Wood, Tom Lee, Arthur Hayes. It just goes on and on and on, right? I do know the institutions, and not only Kathy Wood in particular, like Ark Invest, just talking about 2027. I've noticed that, like when I go through all the charts and I run through the scenarios of why the cycle top is going to be in 2027, I do notice that my thinking matches what smart money has been saying. But every single influencer thinks that, I think some of them are warming up to the idea. Even Benjamin Cohen is now warming up to the idea that the cycle might have a little bit more to do with liquidity than he had previously thought. If you look at Benjamin Cohen's last couple of videos, he's talking more and more about that right now. But almost everybody is talking. Everybody's a 4-year cycle zombie. That's why I think that's one of the reasons why over the next few months we're going to get some more suppression. A lot of these 4-year cycle zombies is just going to be selling at the slightest green candle, because they're going to be like, okay, the cycle is going to be over and we have to wait 4 years. Let me sell now. So they might be creating resistance as things pump. Adoption takes time, but it'll be explosive if or when it happens. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know it. Yeah, but I haven't seen anybody say that any YouTuber. I have not seen anybody talk about 2027. I don't know. You let me know who. Like I'm only now seeing Benjamin Cohen admit that there may be more to the picture when it comes to the QT ending. He's been talking about that recently. He's been talking about liquidity, and he's been talking about stuff that he never talked about before. Before he was just a TA guy. He's just talking about charts, and it's been like almost everybody else. Okay, so Bitcoin did this last cycle, so that means it's going to happen like that way again. You know, it's like everybody's like, every cycle is 4 years. And I'm like, well, no, it's not. There have been 4 cycles, and only 2 of them were 4 years, and the first 2 were 2.5 years. It goes back over and over. I remember up until recently, up until a few months ago, everybody was saying that Bitcoin's top is always in November. Like I was seeing that a lot. I was hearing that a lot. I don't hear that anymore. I think they're wised up because the top of Bitcoin in 2017 was in December. The Bitcoin's top in 2013 was in December. Bitcoin's top in 2011 was in June. So it doesn't always have to be. It was only November once. So, yeah. So it's like you get this scenario. I just call everybody 4-year cycle zombies, right? When I pull up those charts and I was describing everything about how things are working and how now I see how it works, I came to realize that last cycle would have been 5 years if it had happened naturally. So COVID just pulled everything forward, pulled it into 2021, right? Because we had the stimmy checks, we had a sudden drop to 0% interest rates because it had been happening naturally. We had rate cuts. We did have 25 basis point rate cuts in 2019. We had an end of QT in 2019, right? It was 2020 that things just happened rapidly, like instantly. And then we had, okay, then the market had to readjust. So all the liquidity and the top happened in 2021. If it happened naturally, it probably would have taken a lot longer and the top would have been in 2022. So it's, that's why I keep on saying, like, I just don't understand why people are so fixed on the Bitcoin causing the cycle top. I mean, with the Ethereum merge, we had like a huge amount of insane amount of Ethereum that was removed from the market, right? And then nothing like that happened. The price just went down, didn't go up. It's just like it's not like you're cutting the entire Bitcoin supply in half, right? You're just cutting the amount of Bitcoins mined in half. You're not saying, okay, there's 21 million Bitcoin, and then suddenly there's only 10.5 million. You're not creating that type of scarcity. The Bitcoin halving is has little to no effect. So I don't know. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's just I just keep going over that over and over again, right? So, but Kaspa is apparently a stable coin, right? So that's one of the reasons to FUD Kaspa. Just keep selling. Keep selling. Yeah, we had some oh, I found this. Anybody take a look at this.
See, for now it's just numbers on a screen.
So how many Bitcoins do you have?
900,000.
That's cool. And you're just holding?
I mean,
900,000 Bitcoins in 2009.
It's not nothing. Imagine if it goes to $100. That'd be crazy.
You'd be set for life.
We'll see. For now it's just numbers on a screen.
So how many Bitcoins?
Anybody see what's wrong with this? Tell me if you see what's wrong with this.
Bitcoins do you have?
What's wrong with this video?
That's cool. And you're just holding?
I mean, it's not nothing. Imagine if it goes to $100. That'd be crazy.
You'd be set for life.
We'll see. For now it's just...
Anybody see what's wrong with this video? Something like this would be shared like crazy, right? Just be thinking, oh, wow, she had like 900,000 Bitcoin in 2009, right? This is obviously AI. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I'm like, this is a computer from the 80s. It's like, there's no way that she had a computer looking like this in 2009. There's no way. No, not even. That's not even 1997. No way. That was like way before 97. It's like I started programming and became a programmer in like 98 or something. Like when I mean, my first operating system that I worked on was Windows 98. It didn't look anything like this. Like I was like, this is like too old for me. Didn't look anything like. You're saying 1992 or so? I don't know. I guess you're right. I'm like, what the hell? I remember when I started using computers, it was using Windows 98. And then after a year, I actually came across somebody who had like a Windows 3.1 computer. And I was like, what the hell is that? That looks really weird. Like crazy old. Like Windows 3.1. And that would have been like 90. That would have been from like 93 or 94 or something, right? Because there was Windows 95 and there was Windows 98. So prior to Windows 95, there was like Windows 3.1. And I was like, for me, it looks like something archaic, you know? I was like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, it's funny.
Numbers on the screen.
Yeah, it's unreal. Y'all grew up with some money. I didn't have a computer until like 2004. Yeah, I didn't grow up with money. No, I remember my first quote unquote computer. It was like it was a Microsoft Web TV that was a box that I just connected to my TV. And it was like you had a keyboard, it was like a remote keyboard and like a remote. And it's like, this is for people who didn't have computers or couldn't afford computers. It was like you just connected your TV to something called Web TV. And it's funny. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And it was like a lot of people were getting those, or people who just couldn't afford a computer. Yeah. Important update from what is this? Important update, Kaspa fam. Reports suggest massive withdrawals from Mexico amid rumors of insolvency. So, who likes Mexi out there? Probably nobody. Crickets. If you hold Kaspa or Mexi or any centralized exchange, withdraw to a non-custodial wallet. Yeah, there's been some crazy things going on with Mexi. What was it? Somebody wanted to withdraw like a few $1 million of Kaspa or something like that, and they wouldn't let him or something or another. But then I heard like a week ago Mexi was dumping a whole bunch of meme coins. So yeah. I would say if Mexi gets out of the picture, I would say good riddance. Yeah, like a thorn in everybody's side. You know, nobody likes Mexi. Yeah. So here's an interesting one. Bitcoin needs to pump 18% to flip Amazon, which is interesting. I'm sure it's going to do it pretty soon. I think we're going to go up again with Bitcoin. Get some
Spanish.
Oh, this is nothing to do with crypto. This is funny. You guys want to? I think anybody's gonna.
Oh, in Spanish.
How do you say how in Spanish?
Como. What about as? Como. And I eat. Como. And you eat. Comes. So how do you say, if I eat as I eat, and you eat as you eat, how do you eat as I eat? Yo como, y tú comes, como.
I think anybody will find that funny, even if you don't speak Spanish or anything. But it's funny. It's kind of funny. The silent altcoin season has already been happening, but people are asleep. Yeah. So Zcash has gained 1,000%. Dash, true. Yeah, I don't know about Dash, but I think Zcash is one of those ones like, oh, came out of nowhere. It's like it's been dead for 8 years. But the problem with Zcash is like, why would you even want to have dealt with it anyway? Because it's the all-time high. Let's go to Zcash. You're never going to beat your all-time high. For anybody who hodled that over the years, the tokenomics is so horrible. If you want to take a look at Zcash. So here. This is how you can tell when the tokenomics are really bad. So let's go to the all-time chart. And you look at this, well, look at the market cap. So you see the market cap, okay, it looks pretty damn good. The market cap looks good. It's pumping, right? And now it's pumping like crazy. I mean, that's great. You're like, ooh, right? That's the market cap. But where are your gains? They're gone. The tokenomics are horrible. They just diluted their supply, right? If you bought back here, let's say at a 40 million market cap, right? And you hodl all this time, you would expect to be up like this is almost like a 500. This is almost like my 550x with MYX, right? Yeah, you'd be expect to be rolling in dough, in dollars or whatever it is, right? But then it's like then you realize you hodl all those years and you didn't make hardly anything. You might even be down. It's just crazy. Zcash is like totally sucks. So he's like, ooh, it's pumping. Yeah, it's like, but you would have had to have bought it like recently. What about the year? You would have had to have bought it like a couple months ago to make any money off it. Who the hell would have expected that Zcash would have pumped? I mean, because if you held it all those years, it's like I was saying when I was talking about swing trading, and you're waiting because you're underwater and you're waiting for someday for it to pump, right? And you break even and maybe make some money. But Zcash is just worthless. Totally horrible. Yeah, privacy tokens are... that's the thing. It's the privacy narrative. There was a token that I bought. Was it... Oh yeah, that's my this is a Dogecoin Dark. Yeah, the story behind this was like back when nobody cared about meme coins 2 cycles ago. There was Dogecoin and it didn't really pump, and there was another coin called Dogecoin Dark, which was a privacy coin, and it was like had like a 30K market cap, and nobody gave a frack about it. And then they rebranded it to just Verge, and it did like 100,000x. So this is another privacy coin, which let's see what it's doing recently. Let's say the last month. It hasn't even. Well, it's not behaving like Zcash, I tell you that. If anybody has any hope for the privacy narrative, maybe you can buy this one. Not financial advice, of course. They'll punch you in the freaking balls if you think this is financial advice. I have to tell you guys that, man. Nobody comes around here thinking this is financial advice. You end up like that guy right there, right? But yeah, I remember that. I remember like, damn, I was like, I missed that back then. Yeah. I was like, damn. What else we got? What else we got? Let me close this out. Whales hiding to rotate, maybe? What do you mean? You talking about Verge, the one I just talked about? To rotate into Verge? I don't know. You want to buy it? Be my guest. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm doing pretty damn good with all my calls in my community, so I'm doing just fine. I don't need to worry about that. There is a privacy coin that I called recently, and it's I think it has some good potential. And if you want to know about it, there's this website with a community, and the link in the description below. I still have an amazing discount on the lifetime, so it makes no sense to join at the yearly rate. But that's not going to stay like that forever. So seriously, like I just talked about Sora, right? Like if you put $100 on I closed that out already. If you put $100 on Sora, you would have got an instant 10x just like a week ago, and you would have instantly paid for this lifetime membership. Everything, anything, $100 on everything. You put $100. If you join my group in May and you put $100 on MYX, you would have ended up with $50,000. So, your choice if you don't want to join. We're doing good without you, though. Any privacy coin? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I just called a privacy coin just a few days ago, and I think it's pretty good. But I don't know if I would get into Verge. I think it's just too old. But Zcash was old too, so. But you got to check out the tokenomics too, right? So you can just get in and get out. What else we got going on? When will Bitcoin top this cycle? Analysts say that an XRP ETF approval could finally ignite the altcoin season. Like, yeah. So that's looking pretty good. When is the Bitcoin top? You know, people are talking about it. It's going to be what, between 160 to 250K. What are they talking about here? According to on-chain indicators like Delta Cap and MVRV bands, Bitcoin hasn't hit its full stride yet. Yeah, so we get these institutions, these analysts, everybody's talking about how Bitcoin is. Do you see what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. This is how the influencers on YouTube differ from the institutions you find. So still, not everyone agrees on an end of 2025 climax. Analysts Plan C, analysts, another institution, right, says that there's zero fundamental reason for Bitcoin to top in Q4 of this year. Right? There's warning that betting on near-term high is more superstition than stats. Yeah, betting on a near-term high is more superstition than stats. Obviously, the 4-year cycle zombies, they have their superstition and they believe that the cycle is going to top, in Q4 because they're zombies. They don't analyze any other data. Like this particular, institution, or what you want to call them, is analyzing the data. And they're saying there's zero fundamental reason for Bitcoin to top in Q4 of this year. That's what I'm saying. I started looking into this like late last year, and I was like, I just don't buy into this halving theory that Bitcoin tops because of the halving. I just it doesn't make sense. And And when we entered into tariff season and we started hitting like bear market lows almost like in February, then worse in March, and then bottoming out in April, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, right? This is the post-halving year. It shouldn't look like this. And I just got into it, and I was like, I got into like what causes the tops, and it's like not the halving. So, but you get a lot of four-year cycle zombies. They're going to really create a lot of resistance, and if we see some green candles, they're going to suppress the market because they're going to be dumping. So, but yeah, we'll see. And then when their bags are empty, right, and they don't buy back in, we're like, oh, I'm going to take a rest for the next 3 years. It's going to be the crypto winter. Then they're going to be like, whoa, what the hell is going on? Come mid next year or something like that. It's like sometime next year. And I'm like, whoa. Like, what the hell is going on? Things are pumping. They shouldn't be pumping. We're in the middle of a crypto winter. Why are things pumping? God damn it. Have we started a new cycle? Or did the cycle never end? 4-year cycle zombies. I gotta do like an epic video, like one of my hyper edited videos about 4-year cycle zombies. That would be interesting. Dollar value between just dolphins and sharks. Holding Kaspa is around 650 million at current price. Imagine Kaspa going up to $5 or $6. That would, what the value would Kaspa would need a lot of adoption. Yeah, Kaspa, yeah. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of adoption, right? I mean, what market makers right now they're doing is just they're accumulating. They're just accumulating for as long as they can. Just keep on accumulating. And in the end, they're going to push it. And there's going to be a lot of new billionaires made. Where the billionaires are going to have even more billions. And then some of us are going to be billionaires. Because we're buying more Kaspa at a very cheap price. When everybody else is fighting. They're fighting. Well, yeah, this is going back to the whole point of this article, not necessarily the 4-year cycle zombie theory. Yeah, we've got XRP will easily become 1 billion ETF in the first months. Yeah, we've got a lot of money inbound coming into the crypto market, and I believe this or one of them. Yeah, there's a few ETFs, so not only XRP, but we're getting a November 13th ETF, and there's like 40 of them, I believe. There's like 40 of them that are hopefully going to start getting approved once this government shutdown is over. I don't know how. I haven't looked into it. I don't know how they're bypassing some of this stuff that has been blocking the ETFs, right, because of the government shutdown. But why not? If they're bypassing it, like why the hell not? Yeah, here's my exit video. I'm actually going to leave you with an ETF video that I made like a few years back. This is before I talk about in this video. I talk about what an ETF is. Usually I leave you guys with like a video from my past that I made. Sometimes hyper edited, sometimes informative, when this is like a combination of the two a little bit. But I talk all about ETFs and what can be in an ETF and so on. But this was before there was a crypto ETF, the first Bitcoin ETF and so on. This was before. So I don't even mention crypto in this particular video. So I'm going to leave you with that. But before I do, it's my homeboy. That's right. Like I was saying, you guys, I'm Code Monkey Mike, and my whole reason for being is to get us into one of these. And the way I do that is my niche specialty of being a software guy with a team of software guys that have built software that have been finding us phenomenal coins. And last year was over the top, like Fartcoin, 86X. We have multiple highly advanced bots called an insider alert. That's the first one. We have others. with different algorithms. I've been adding more this year because we've had more, like this is last year. We had a lot more than last year already, right? And we've had new advanced bots, right? Like the Dex alert. If one bot doesn't pick up a coin at a very low market cap, the other one will. Like, for example, this is like the Dex alert. This is the first one I added here. This is a Wallet Connect token. Now, the Dex alert found this thing before it was launched. And it found this thing it was in a 5-day pre-launch period where it hadn't been launched on exchanges yet. And the insiders were just buying it, the Wallet Connect token, right? And we found it before it was launched, and we're able to play into it. So we have highly advanced software that go out and scans everything about any particular token, like literally like with Solana tokens to scan like sometimes like 10,000 tokens a day. There's so much garbage out there. But everything about them, everything about the tokens, their movements, their price action, what's going on, their hourly candles, their wallet holders, their Twitter activity, what they post, even the types of posts that they make, and so on. Like we scan everything and we find amazing plays. And the reputation is speaking for itself, obviously. But the biggest one so far is a 550x on NYX in 4 months, right? If you put $100 down in May on NYX, you'd have $50,000. So that's my selling pitch right here for you to go and click that link in the description below. I'm going to keep this one-time purchase fee there for at least a few more days. Other than that, it should be like double because it has to obviously be more than yearly, of course. But I'm going to catch you guys later, and I'm going to leave you with that ETF video.
With a dramatic increase in mentions on financial news channels and a surge in popularity among both new and seasoned investors, ETFs are rapidly becoming the talk of the town. But what exactly is hiding behind this 3-letter acronym? Why are ETFs gaining such traction? If you ever scratched your head wanting to know what all this buzz is about, or if you just want a clear understanding, you're in the right place. So in this video, we're peeling back the layers of exchange-traded funds, diving into their mechanics, benefits, and reasons why they might revolutionize your investment game. So what's an ETF? It stands for Exchange Traded Fund. It's like a basket of different stocks, but it's traded on a stock exchange just like any individual stock. You can buy or sell at any time the market's open. It can be packed with various assets, not just stocks, but bonds and more. Now, when it comes to the word fund, imagine a giant pot where investors come together and they pool their money for investing. Each investor contributes a portion, creating a substantial collective sum. This pooled money is then used to invest in a variety of assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate, etc. The idea is to combine resources, diversify investments, and manage risks. By joining this collective effort, individuals can access broader opportunities. And most importantly, they can benefit from the expertise of the individuals who manage these funds. It's teamwork in the financial world where everyone's capital works together for a shared benefit. But speaking specifically about this exchange-traded fund, imagine a jar filled with different color marbles. Each color represents a different type of asset. You don't have to pick each individual marble. Just grab the whole jar and you can get a mix of them all. Each marble adds value to your jar, just as each asset adds value to the ETF. Why do people like ETFs? They're diverse like mutual funds, yet traded like individual stocks. With an ETF, you get a slice of many sectors or asset classes, and you can trade them all day, so they're flexible too. They come in many different flavors, serving a unique purpose. Stock ETFs track an index sector or collection of stocks. It's like holding a bundle of different stocks in one go. They're great for diversifying your investments. Bond ETFs, and as the name suggests, they focus on bonds. Whether it's government or corporate bonds, this type offers fixed income exposure without actually buying individual bonds. And then we have commodity sector and industry ETFs. Want to invest in a specific industry, like tech or healthcare? These ETFs got you covered. They target sectors or industries within the market. And then we have commodity ETFs. Interested in gold, oil, or other commodities? Then these ETFs are for you because they let you invest in physical goods without actually buying and storing them. And then there's currency ETFs. If you're keen on Forex, then this type is for you. It tracks foreign currencies, giving exposure to currency market movements. Each type of ETF gives you a unique twist to investing. They let you dive into the areas of the market that interest you all while maintaining the convenience of trading like individual stocks. And there's a reason why so many investors are turning to ETFs. They offer a range of perks that are difficult to ignore. So let's take a look at some of the benefits. Diversification. One of the best things about ETFs, they spread your money across various assets. So instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, you're spreading the risk around. This can give you a safety net if one doesn't do very well. Next, there's lower exchange ratios. Everyone loves saving money, right? ETFs can come with lower fees than other investments, so you're potentially keeping more of your hard-earned cash. And then there's flexibility in trading. ETFs don't make you wait. You can buy or sell them like regular stocks during market hours. It gives you the freedom to act on your investment and your decisions as soon as you want to. But while ETFs offer many benefits, they're not without their pitfalls. Here's what to watch out for. Possible illiquidity. Illiquidity. I just can't say that word fast. Some niche ETFs aren't traded much. And what does that mean for you? Well, it might be tough to buy or sell them without affecting their price, so you might not get the price that you want. And then there's risk with special ETFs. Leverage or inverse ETFs sound fancy, but they're not for everyone. These ETFs use complex strategies that amplify gains, but they can also magnify losses. They're riskier, and it's crucial to understand them before diving in. It's always smart to be informed, and while ETFs can be great, it's essential to know their potential downsides and decide if they fit your investment strategy. When it comes to how to buy or sell an ETF, the first thing you need to do is choose a brokerage. It's like a gateway where you can buy and sell ETFs. There are many out there, so pick one that fits your needs. Then you gotta open an account, fill out some forms that they'll ask you to fill out, and provide your ID. Then you make a deposit, and then you search for your ETF. Each ETF has its own ticker symbol. Decide how many shares you want, and then place your order. And then monitor it, and then sell it if and when you want to. Like I said, just like stocks, you can sell your ETFs anytime during market hours. When it comes to the most popular ETFs on the market, SPY is like the superstar. It tracks the S&P 500 index, and so when you hear people talking about the market, this is usually what they're referring to. And the next one is QQQ. Are you a tech enthusiast? If so, then you gotta know about QQQ. It represents the NASDAQ 100 index focusing on big tech companies. So think Apple, Microsoft, and others. And then GLD, if you're into gold, this one is for you, because a lot of people are into gold these days. GLD tracks the price of gold, giving folks the opportunity to buy gold without actually buying it and storing it in their home. These are just a few big names in the vast ETF universe. But as you can see, they don't just hold stocks, they hold other things like bonds and currencies and commodities and so on. Each offers a unique lens to view and invest in different market segments. Whether you're into broad markets, tech, or shiny metals, there's an ETF out there for you. So that's about it for now. But in future videos, I'll go into specific areas of ETFs and dive into more details. I'm Code Monkey Mike, software guy, loves to talk about finance. Subscribe if you're new here, and check my playlist related to the stock market and investing for more vids about this topic.
Click that like button and that subscribe button now.
Code Monkey, Code Monkey.